Recently, Lucy and I played a game of Among Us with a bunch of strangers, and we became a family. When I died, Cyan didn't come to my funeral. For Cyan, that means automatic cut because biddies mourn one another. Cyan told us that we would feel dumb after. Anyways, Cyan pointed out that it is a game, but they missed me. I was a star player. It was a funeral and he was not being respectful, so he had to get the cut. I did feel a little bad for Cyan, but they should have come to the funeral. And then Biddy died. And Biddy had hosted my funeral. It was tragic that they were now dead. But we were reunited. Obviously, I thanked them for the funeral, told them how touched I was. It was beautiful. And Biddy, being a queen, tried to make up with Cyan. Oh, yeah, and then in the meantime, they found the actual imposter. And then we were all reunited in the waiting room and we had to fight evil. There were to be no slurs and no disrespect, just as Biddy said, Queen. And Purple saw the error of their ways, and it was a fun-loving Pepper house again. And then Cleo got splashed with a little bit of water, turned into a mermaid, and they tried to accuse Biddy, but we were not going to accept that. Biddy was focused on hosting a funeral, me and Lucy had to come to their defense. And then obviously we attended the funeral for Cleo. May she rest in the water. And then I had to go because the funeral was dragging on. And then I was murdered by one of our very own funeral goers, which is tragic. But then they found my body, and once again, they mourned the loss of me. And then later on, they figured out it was White, but I was a ghost at this point, so I didn't really care. And then I forgave King A because once upon a time they were just a Cyan who didn't come to my funeral, and now they were showing up to funerals, even if they murdered me right after the funeral was over. And then really romantic, me and Biddy discovered our first body together. And then we were planning a reactor funeral, but I noticed that Justin was not voting, so I had to call him out. And there's no better way to call out Justin Bieber than with the Nicki Minaj lyrics. And then Justin was murdered, and that was tragic. But as Lucy rightly said, he should have kept an eye out for Selena. Also, he never said if I could have tickets or not. And then I got the chance to play with the one and only Harry Styles. Right off the bat, I told him I was a huge fan. I knew as soon as he used that love, it was him. There were doubters, though. And then I was accused of being sus, but I quickly informed them I was just looking for Harry. And then Harry had something he wanted to share. And then he shared something again. And obviously, I was shook beyond repair. And then Cheese informed us it was the weirdest game they'd ever been in. They're welcome. And then Harry Style asked if I wanted to go on a task date. Obviously, I said yes. We went through weapons together to navigation. We had a secret little rendezvous in storage. Here we are. And then we discovered a body together. And it was magical. And he said, Meep is safe. Now, I didn't want anyone to be jealous, but I had to let people know that me and Harry were a thing. And it was a good thing I did, because White tried to move in on my man. And then Yellow tried to defend themselves, but I was too focused because White was trying to shame Harry for hanging out with me. Obviously I was pissed and told White that Harry didn't need their approval, and Harry backed me up. He said, I broke up with them. And then White got desperate because they could clearly see how strong me and Harry's love was, so they tried to say that Harry was cheating on me. Harry would never. And then Harry hit her with this one, Shut Up Dora the Explorer, and it was amazing. Oh, and apparently Yellow was not the imposter. And then the most tragic thing of all happened. Me and Harry were once again going on our task dates. It was all going really well. You could see White's lingering, trying to break us up. But I guess the Among Us game, our love was too strong. because I was booted from the game due to error, and I never finished my conversation or date with Harry.